Good morning, my dear student. How are you all? I hope so, children. You all are keeping fine, staying safe at home. So, my dear student, today we are going to learn chapter 6, and that is I Hate Bugs. Okay, so this is a very interesting story. So, everyone listen properly. So, now we are going to read the chapter. Okay. It was a nice and warm day. Maggie was watching a caterpillar climbing up the stem of a rose bush in their garden. So it was a nice and warm day when Maggie was watching a caterpillar. So you know caterpillar? This is the image of a caterpillar, okay? Climbing up the stem. Stem means the main body structure of a plant, okay? So the caterpillar was climbing up the stem of a rose bush in their garden. Grain was clipping dead roses from the bush. Oh, look at this caterpillar, Grain. It's ugly, Maggie said. Grain means a grandmother, okay? So her grandmother was clipping. Clipping means cutting something with scissor, okay? So her grain was clipping dead roses from the bush. Then Maggie said, "Oh, Grain, look at this caterpillar. It's look ugly." Grain stepped over to see the insect. "I think it's beautiful. What a lovely orange shade." Soon that's all become a lovely butterfly, Maggie. So then Grain stepped over to see the insect and said, "Maggie, I think Maggie, it's look beautiful. What a lovely orange shade. And all this caterpillar will become a lovely butterfly soon." "I think bugs are ugly. Grain, I don't like them at all. I hate a spider," Maggie said. Then what Maggie said to her Grain? "Grain, I hate bugs because they are ugly and she don't like them at all, and she hated spiders." Okay. Maggie walked over to a big stone lying in the dirt. She lifted it up. "Oh, look, Grain, roly-poly bugs." Then she walked over to a big stone lying in the dirt. She lifted it up and said, "Oh, Grain, look, roly-poly bugs." Roly-poly means short, round and fat bugs. Okay. Grain went over to Maggie. "Why don't you pick one up? They tickle," she said. "No, Grain, I don't like bugs. What if it bites me?" Maggie asked. Then Grain went near to her and said, "Maggie, why don't you pick up one bug that tickle?" Tickle means like itching and often large when we catch them. Okay. So she said, "No, Grain, I don't like bugs." And she asked her Grain, "What if the bugs bite me then?" Grain bent over and picked one up. It immediately curled up in a ball in the palm of her hand. "See, Maggie, it's afraid of me." It rolled up and will not open up again until it feels safe. Then Grain, what she did, she bent over and picked up one bug, and bug immediately curled up in a ball in the palm of her hand. So when it curled, she said to Maggie, "Maggie, it's afraid of me." So the bugs will roll it up and will not open up again until it feels safe in my hand, she said to Maggie. Okay. Maggie watched the bug. It started to open up and began to crawl up Grain's hand. Grain jiggled. "It tickles. Why don't you hold it for a minute?" Grain asked. So when Grain kept bugs in the palm of her hand, Maggie started watching the bugs. Okay. So then bugs started to open up and began to curl up in the Grain hand. Then Grain jiggled. Jiggle meant a lurch lightly and repeatedly in a silly way. Okay. Then Berg tickles, as I have told you the meaning of tickles, itching in making her lurch lightly. Then Grain asked Maggie, "Why don't you hold it for a minute?" Hesitantly, Maggie held her hand next to Grain's. The bug crawled right onto her fingers. "It does tickle," Maggie chuckled. She let it crawl all over her hands. Hesitantly means doing something slowly because you are nervous or not sure. Okay. So she hold her hand next to Grain, and when she hold it, the bugs curled right on her fingers, and the bugs tickle. Chocolate mean lurch lightly and quietly or inwardly. Okay, and she let the bug crawl all over her hand. Grain went back to work. Maggie played with the bug for a few minutes. So when Grain went back to her work, Maggie played with the bug for a few minutes by holding in her hand. So I hope so children you have understood till here. So for today we'll conclude till here. Tomorrow we'll continue the rest part of the story. Okay. So thank you.